Good morning, traders. John from Candlestick Trading. Just want to do an update on Bitcoin. We just got a new fountain in the background. If you hear water, that's our new water system. So if you excuse that, it'll be good. Anyway, so here we're going up. This is on the weekly chart, Bitcoin on the weekly chart. Let's just have a look at what's actually happened here. We've bounced on the 50, bounced on the 50, closing below the 50, had an attempt, and now we're closing below the 50 again. We've pulled back and we've reached the 9, and we've got a shooting star. It's reversal in any case towards the downside. So one thing that I'm seeing here, so if you got to think that if you were a fund manager and you had huge amounts of money, would you be bothered with the 4 hour fluctuations, the daily fluctuations, or would the main thing that you'd be looking at would be the weekly chart? And I know for me, it's probably going to be the weekly chart. So here, just looking at this the way it is now, it's gone from a high to a low, up to a lower high, and now a lower low, and now a lower high, and here we're stuck in the middle between here and here at this stage. So we'll just draw a line from there. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'll just draw a quick little box there so we can kind of see a little bit clearer. So basically from that line to that line there is the box that we're talking about now. So if it's going to break below here or break above there, then we should know the direction. But at the moment we can see we've made a new high with this long-term trend, and we've since made lower highs and lower lows since then, and we're stuck in the middle here. So that's the daily that we're looking at the moment. I'll just get rid of that toolbox and we'll go over the daily chart. Actually, I'll go down and do a few weeklies first, and then we'll come back and do the daily. If you have a look at ANC, this is showing some very good promise. I want to know where this has come from. Usually with an ICO, if I'm buying something like that, we've had consolidation here, and we've had a massive sell-off to get rid of any weak sellers. And then look at the power that's coming back into this. Big money orchestrated this, and now they're coming into this with fire. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes. I really want to watch that one closely. This one here, so it's the same again. It's down below the 9 and engulfing, closing below the 9. We've got a little bit of consolidation around this kind of area here. It's okay. It's but on the weekly chart, it's really not that good. Here on the weekly chart, yep, it's gone up nice, and now we're broken above the 9, which is excellent on the weekly chart. So this candle has not finished yet. It won't be finished until Monday morning at 10 o'clock. We are on the weekly chart. So on the daily chart, it's showing some very good signs, but on the weekly chart, this is what we need to be looking at on the weekly chart. We've got two reversals here. Even though the 50 is still moving up, stochastics are oversold, it's showing reversals to the upside. But we get a lot of selling. As soon as this pushes up, big sellers come in. As soon as this pushes up, big sellers come in. That's basically saying that this isn't finished yet. We'll just have to wait and see what happens with the consolidation there. Here we've hit the lows. It'll be interesting to see, but I mean, it just looks like a downtrend to me. And the same here. I'll just get rid of all that jargon there. So here, down below the 9, up above the 9, down below the 50 and the 9, and it's had a nice push up there, thinking that something really good is going to happen. And then look at this, straight away reversal, an attempt, bang, and it's gone up there, and now we've got a piercing signal again, that's happening. We've got a engulfing here, but it's below the major moving averages, and we don't have any real, is this far enough for it to come down? Has this reached this level? The only thing I can say for this is that on the weekly chart, if this was to be going for a level like that, it's already reached it. So this being the last red day of the downtrend before we had the uptrend. So it has come down and reached that level. So is this as far as big money wants to take it? We'll soon find out. Now I just want to go to the daily chart and just point something out before I finish up. And so here we are on the weekly. I'll just change it over to the daily so we can see what's going on. And so here's this level that we're looking at getting through or getting past. Now, if you remember, I did a video on where the big money enters the market and exactly how they play it to turn this market around. So we can see we've had a massive decline, and then we've got good buying come in. We've had our first attempt at a turnaround, but we didn't get the second candle, which was not good. So obviously it didn't work. So we didn't even get the entry. But here we can see that the 9 is making lower highs and lower lows. And now we've come down to here. We've made it low. We've got some good volume. Have a look at the volume that's come in here. So we can even see the last 3 days, or 3 out of 4 days, there's big money that's coming back into this market. So all this money that's gone into the market here is getting extra support from the money that's, the buyers, they're still buying over here. So we've come down, made a low, and then we've come up, and then we've had a nice big follow through candle basically that's gone through the 9. We've cracked the 50, and then I thought that this was the continuation, but obviously not. So we've got our first low, our first high with a 9, and now it looks like we're making our second. So we've got a low, high, higher low. By the looks of it, we could be making that with this formation. What I'm after is another one of these kind of candles here to be closing above the 50 and the 9. If we can get that, I'll start going long in some positions, that's for sure. We can see that this volume here, the volume is the biggest when it's at the extreme. So if it's at the extreme, like selling, we can see that, we've got massive volume down here that could potentially turn this trend. This low here, buyers came back in, good closing above, closing down here, buyers coming back in. I want to see the second closing above the 9. And then I'll be looking at, or even an engulfing closing above the 9. I want to see some sort of reversal confirmation. But that's what I'm looking at with Bitcoin. We do need to keep our mind on the idea that Bitcoin is still under the major moving averages. Now, with this one here, ANC, this is the one I want to know about. I want to see some sort of a pullback because I want to get involved in this thing here. That's way too, it's very, very strong. I want to see a pullback because usually what we see is a nice big thrust and then an aggressive pullback, say to the 50, and then a carry on. And so what I want to see is a pullback before I get into something like this. But I do want to get into something like this simply because this could actually skyrocket because big money is coming in here aggressively, and you can see that. Okay, SOL, let's have a look at that. This is another one. Yep, so we've got good reversal here. But here, have a look at this. So we've come down, buyers have come back in, we've got a nice closing above the 9, and then but the 9's making lower highs and lower lows, even though we've got good reversal here. So no, I'm not interested in that for a buy or anywhere near a buy. This is the one I was mentioning yesterday. So Luna's showing some good signs. So there is the rocket booster that closed above all the moving averages, and then this is what happened last night. So if you took me up on that offer yesterday, that's what the result would have been. I didn't actually end up going long. I'm still not very confident with this market the way the weekly chart is looking. I'm not quite there yet. But here we've got avalanche. We've got a reversal candle there, another reversal candle there, closing above the major moving averages. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here. Stochastics are coming out of oversold. So this is showing some pretty good promise. That's looking like reversal sort of material there. Reversal material. Are we going to get a rocket booster that goes above here? We'll have to wait and see. I'll just get rid of that 150 actually because it seems to be a little bit in the way with this one. So yeah, so there's that there. So if we see another good solid closing, so here we've got one good solid closing. I thought that was it there. If we get another good closing candle above here on avalanche, I'll probably look to get in. But I want to see the candle close first. Then we've also got to go back to the 50 and back to the weekly and have a look at that and see what we think of that too. So here we've got a nice, big sell-off. Accumulation starting to happen here. Good buying coming back in. I thought that was it there, but obviously not. Now look at this, the 9 is making lower highs and lower lows. So even if this does show a good popping sign here, I'm going to be waiting for the next one. I won't be getting on that one. We can see this has been a positive day, but how positive has it been really? If we look at the weekly chart, this is still making lower highs and lower lows. This isn't the sort of time, even though we've got a nice big green day, this isn't the time to be saying, hey, let's unload the account and get involved. We just can't be doing that. This is good, but it's not there yet. All right, traders. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. It's a good day. It's a good day in the market, but we do have some hurdles to cross yet. So I want to see this break or this break here. I also want to see one of these candles happen, coming up in the next week or so, which will have me buying. All right, traders. I hope you have a good day. Awesome weekend. I'll talk to you again soon. If you need anything, let me know. See you.